Hello guys, I'm back again with another brand new Call of Duty mobile video. And today I am going to talk about some basic and advanced movement tips and tricks that you can use in order to increase your chances of winning gunfights. If you already know these tips, feel free not to watch this video anymore. Anyways, if you are new here, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Without wasting any of your time, let's get into the video. The first movement that I want to talk about is slide jumping. Now there are a lot of variations to this movement, but for the sake of simplicity, I will only teach the basics. The proper way to slide jump is you need to get to the end of your slide while you still have the momentum just before it stops, and jump. You'll be leading towards in the direction where you will jump instead of the direction on where you will slide. Perfecting this movement is quite difficult if you're new to the game, but with practice, you will surely get it. This movement technique, as I said in my previous video, is the most effective way to get out of the situations that will cause you death inside this game. And I recommend you trying this movement technique if you haven't yet. The second and the most basic movement technique in Call of Duty Mobile is strafing. Strafing is essentially moving your joystick in side-to-side direction. Strafing allows you to be mobile, and it also allows you to throw off your opponent's aim with minimal effort while retaining your mobility. If you don't strafe side to side in your gunfights, you are basically asking for death. This movement may be difficult to someone who is new to the game, especially those players who are having problems with aiming and moving at the same time. So if you're new to this game and if you're having problems with strafing, I recommend you to train in practice versus AI. Practice your aim while moving, and in the meantime, I am really sure that you can perfect it. Bunny hopping, or bee hopping for short, is a video game technique used in FPS games in which the player continually runs and jumps, often while firing a weapon. Bunny hopping usually serves one of two purposes: avoiding attacks and being mobile. Bunny hopping can throw off your opponent's aim and give the hopper an opportunity to attack. However, mechanics for bee hopping are quite different in each and every games. In Call of Duty Mobile, you can't just spam the jump button because there is jump fatigue present. There is a proper rhythm that you have to follow in order to execute the bee hop in Call of Duty Mobile swiftly. On the other hand, bunny hop plus peek is a variation of bunny hop. It is basically peeking in the means of hopping. This is really an effective technique when you're expecting your enemies to come while still maintaining quite amount of distance. In short, this is effective in medium range engagements while having a cover. The only downside to this move is it will decrease your accuracy and your mobility if jump fatigue occurs. For the next movement technique, I'd like to call this the Wally Fake, for the reason that Wally CODM is the pioneer of this move, and it is really effective in tricky situations. So basically what you will do is slide, then pull yourself back into the place where you came from by turning around and jumping. This move is really practical when you know that your enemy has a really good aim and game sense, because they will not expect you to do it. It's really tricky at first, but with practice, you will surely nail it. There was a time period in Call of Duty Mobile that if you can do this move, you are literally untouchable. But today, this is one of the most overused movement technique because it's so easy to execute. Before or while shooting your opponent, just press the prone button if you have one, or if you don't, just hold on to the crouch button. Now this is the basic variation of drop shot. The advanced variation of drop shot is faster and it is a little bit harder to do. Pro players such as DVT Heaven and Mengxiang does this a lot. To do it perfectly, just double tap the crouch button if you don't have the prone button while or before shooting the enemy. However, drop shotting is not always the go-to move when you're in an engagement. This is very effective in 1v1 situations. In situations where there are multiple enemies, I do not suggest you to do this move, especially if you have desync problems. This is a widely used technique in Pubg Mobile, and I've been doing this for years since I have competitive Pubg Mobile background. In Call of Duty Mobile, this is really effective, especially when you are taking engagements while you are in head glitches. I find this to be very effective in high magazine capacity and higher fire rate weapons such as Chopper, Fennec, and more. To do this, just spam the crouch button while you're in a gunfight. You can do this movement technique even if you're not in cover. This is really ideal if you really want to be untouchable with your movements. But for my personal preference, I don't do this simply because movement is not my number one priority. Making your joystick small helps with your strafing because there's less surface area that you have to swipe through, in return making you move faster. Now that's it for today's video, guys. I hope that you've learned something and enjoyed. If you do, please don't forget to like, comment down below on what you'd like to see next, and subscribe for more awesome content. More tips and tricks videos coming soon. Peace out.